Now, Good Morning Northwest, Israeli troops enter Gaza City as the conflict escalates. The military confirms forces are moving in with more expected to follow. The latest developments, including President Trump's warning about it.
And today, going to be the warmest weather in about a week. We'll show you when things start cooling down again in my First Alert forecast.
And no more worrying about ambulance bills in the Fire District 9. The department hopes to offer free hospital transport. How that would look and when it would start, I'll let you know. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Thanks for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Wednesday, September 17th. Meteorologist Matt Gray here with our First Alert forecast, kicking off your Wednesday.
And kicking off your Wednesday, just a little bit over halfway through the month of September, and it has been quite a ride from record heat at the start of the month, into a warm weather pattern, and then a high of only 60 to start this week. But our warm-up is going to keep on rolling here today. We've got up to 79 officially in Spokane yesterday, and today is going to be the hottest weather in about a week as we enter the mid-80s here for this afternoon around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures will briefly be in the 50s this morning, and we'll see those temperatures rise very quickly during the mid to late morning. So expect some 70s and low 80s around lunchtime. Some of the warmest temperatures, at least locally, we're going to see in downtown Spokane and the Valley, Meade and 9 Mile, all in that 87 to 88 degree range. We'll see cooler temperatures of the South Hill, be more like 84, 85, same in Spokane International. We'll see mid-80s as well for Post Falls, Hayden and Coeur d'Alene, and low 80s in Spirit Lake for this afternoon. Either way, it is going to be definitely feeling like summer, no matter what your high temperature ends up being at your house. We'll see those 80s continue through Saturday with some breezy weather at times and some haze that we're going to be tracking for you coming up.
We are following breaking news overnight. Israel has started moving into Gaza City with force. The Israeli military says thousands of troops are already in the city, with more on the way. Here you can see video from the Israel-Gaza border, which shows smoke rising above the city, and even some folks are evacuating. But right now, it's unclear how many people are still in the city. But Israel's military says about 300,000 have already left in recent weeks, leaving about 700,000 people still there. Hamas has reported that at least 59 people were killed and nearly 400 others were hurt in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, families of Israeli hostages are protesting outside of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's home, demanding him to make a deal so their loved ones can come home. And as the president heads to the United Kingdom, here's what he had to say about the situation.
Well, I have to see. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I can tell you that if they put the hostages in front of them, Hamas as protection, as what they call them bodyguards, Hamas is going to have hell to pay.
The Israeli military says it could take months to gain full control of Gaza City. We'll keep you updated as this story develops. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Spokane Parks and Spokane Public Schools teamed up last night for the first of 4 town halls on an initiative that will dictate the future of our city.
The voters will soon get to decide on the future of Together Spokane, an initiative consisting of 2 separate but aligned ballot measures from the Spokane Parks Department and Spokane Public Schools. The initiative would generate $440 million, funding more than 200 projects across the city. But for that to happen, voters would need to approve a tax increase. Some feel it is worth the investment.
Kind of one of those things that we're not going to see right off the bat, but it is going to be beneficial in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. We're going to see the benefit of an initiative like this being passed.
Others expressed concerns about ongoing tax burdens and their impact on the cost of living. If your property value is $330,000, the average assessed home value in Spokane County, your monthly tax bill would go up by about $8 a month. Again, this was the first of 4 town halls that'll be held over the next month. The next one is in the is for the central region of Spokane. It is coming up next week on September 23rd at North Central High School. The Northwest region will be the 30th, the South region on October 7th. For a full list of places and times, just look for this story on KXLY.com.
Spokane County Fire District 9 wants to launch its own ambulance service to take patients to the hospital for free next summer. The district currently relies on American Medical Response, or AMR, for hospital transportation, which they say causes delays in care. The new service will bill your insurance, Medicare and Medicaid, but residents will not pay any out-of-pocket costs. Fire District 9 hopes to become the second fire district in Spokane County to make this move.
going to result in our public being able to have access to pre-hospital health care without having to worry about that transport fee.
If the state approves the Advanced Life Support Transport License application, the new service will provide continuous care from the emergency scene to the hospital. Chief Matt Vinci says that the initiative ensures that no one hesitates to call for help during those medical emergencies. Fire District 4 made a similar move back in 2023. Most other fire districts continue to partner with AMR.
When we first met the Tucker family from Spokane Valley 2 years ago, their 2 little boys were facing a rare and incurable disease called Batten disease. It causes seizures, loss of motor skills, and childhood dementia. Since then, the family has traveled every other week to Seattle for treatments that hope to slow the disease. Recently, the community came together to help them by gifting them a much-needed van. But just when they thought they were finding some hope, more heartbreaking challenges arose for the Tuckers.
Some days it's very overwhelming.
You will hear their story of courage, community support, and the fight for their children's future tomorrow, right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Wow, can't wait to see that.
It is now 6 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we kick off our day. And oh my goodness, that is gorgeous.
This might be my new favorite camera here on the summit of Scepto Butte. Watching the sun begin to rise over the mountains here this morning with that little bit of that orange haze in our sky.
Gorgeous.
It is going to feel like summer today and really for a good portion of this week. And here's the sun coming up over Spokane. Your forecast coming up shortly.
Climate change turns deadly across Europe this summer. Coming up, the new research that shows rising temperatures led to thousands more heat-related deaths.
And Apple Cup weekend brings more than just football to Pullman. The Cougs host the Huskies Saturday, but they come with street fairs, harvest markets, and so much more. Just ahead, a look at the friendly family activities you can check out all weekend on the Palouse. It's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now weather is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Rain or shine, day or night, good weather always reigns at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. No matter the weather, winning is better. Your 7-day forecast calls for fun at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Coeur d'Alene Casino, winning is just the beginning.
Andy's Heating Cooling guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your home and office comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier.
My air conditioner was not working. All I needed was a replacement sequencer. I called another company and they wanted to replace the unit for over $10,000. I was so glad I listened to my neighbor who recommended I get a second opinion from Andy's.
Turn to the experts. Andy's Heating Cooling since 1972, thanks to you.
It started with a drive down 8th Avenue.
Wow, what is this place?
A permanent year-round market rooted in sustainability, equity, and community. BECU stepped in with trust-based philanthropy and a commitment to the community.
Our partnership with Scale House is helping our members, it's helping our community grow, thrive, get access to food.
From arts to agriculture, Scale House Market is a place where people grow together.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
After a car wreck, Big Insurance moves fast to protect themselves, not you.
I called Craigsoft and Associates. They not only fought for me, but treated me fairly every step of the way.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Your fall wardrobe starts right here at River Park Square. Style the season your way. Discover it all at River Park Square.
It is 6:09. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A proposed deal that would have ended U.S. tariffs on British steel has been shelved. That's according to UK media outlets reporting ahead of President Donald Trump's visit today.
The current U.S. tariff on British steel imports is 25%. Before leaving for his state visit to Britain, President Donald Trump said he was into helping London to refine and finalize its trade deal with D.C., which included the agreement on steel. According to the U.S. International Trade Administration, the United States is the 5th biggest importer of UK steel.
If you receive money from the federal government, you only have a couple of weeks left to make sure you can get it digitally. The Treasury Department plans to stop issuing paper checks for most payment on September 30th. That means more than 500,000 Social Security recipients need to find another way to receive benefits. Direct deposit and prepaid debit cards are options, but if you still need a paper check, you can apply for a waiver. The change is part of the Trump administration's efforts to modernize payments, save money, and fight financial fraud.
The Environmental Protection Agency is proposing rolling back greenhouse gas emissions data collection at thousands of plants. Around 8,000 plants have been collecting data since 2010, but the agency's administrator calls the program nothing more than red tape. He says stopping it will save businesses up to $2.4 billion. Critics say stopping the data collection could cripple efforts to combat climate change.
Meanwhile, a new study in Europe found heat fueled by climate change led to an additional 16,500 deaths this summer. Researchers used climate models, weather data, mortality data, and peer-reviewed research methods to calculate how climate change influenced temperatures and deaths across 854 cities. They found climate change was responsible for 68% of the more than 24,000 estimated heat deaths this summer. Researchers noted these figures are likely on the low end since the cities only make up about 30% of Europe's total population.
And something in common we have with them is historically not a lot of air conditioning, so a little tougher to adapt when things start getting warmer. Planning your day. Going to be pretty nice this morning. Really a great start to your Wednesday. It is going to be a little warm this afternoon. Warmest weather in about a week will be in the mid and upper 80s. So if you've left your windows open for the last couple of days like I have, enjoying the nicer, cooler weather, probably a good idea to shut those and turn on some sort of cooling for this afternoon. Then for tonight, mild conditions and a little hazy as well, similar to what we saw yesterday.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:12.
New details emerge in the Charlie Kirk murder. Up next, authorities investigate more than 20 people connected to the accused killer on the gaming platform Discord. As we learn, the accused killer's own mother helped identify him to police.
First, we got a break and a live look at the start to our Wednesday morning. Got a pretty beautiful sunrise here up above Spokane right now. We'll be back right after the commercial break.
I'm Robin Nance. 2 years ago, I introduced you to a Spokane Valley family fighting for their sons' lives.
I want to see them grow up.
They are still fighting, but no one saw what came next. Their journey tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay out.
Call Russell and Hill.
For over 90 years, McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows has been making homes more energy efficient and beautiful. And right now, during our anniversary sale, we're offering financing where you can replace up to 10 windows and a patio door for just $199 a month. Or you can add a new roof with the window package for $399 a month. And if you want a trifecta of roof, windows, and new siding, how does $799 a month sound? At McVeigh Brothers, we're working for you.
AARP Spokane and BECU invite you to take steps towards a sharper mind and a stronger community. Join them for a free monthly Saturday morning walk series at Northtown Mall designed for older adults, where every step supports your health. Led by local AARP volunteers, the walks will be a fun and welcoming way to stay active, socially connected, and informed. Whether you're a casual stroller or a brisk walker, all activity levels are welcome and no one gets left behind. Find out how to participate at this website.
Every day, our customers experience that moment. The moment when the decision is made and the train has left the station. When there's nothing left to do but lean forward and watch a little piece of the future unfold right before your dilated pupils. It only lasts a heartbeat or two, and some moments end better than others. But whatever the outcome, there's never a dull moment at Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
Tackle every job with power and precision this season with Pape Machinery Ag and Turf. For a limited time, you can get 0% financing for up to 84 months on a new John Deere 1025R compact utility tractor with 120R standard loader, all for just $249 per month. Shop online or head to your nearest Pape Machinery location to experience the unmatched customer service and support that keeps your operation running strong. But don't wait, this offer ends October 31st. Pape keeps you moving.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
4 News Now is brought to you by BECU, your local not-for-profit credit union.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Your time is 6:16. New information in the Charlie Kirk shooting investigation this morning.
More messages from the accused killer have been revealed as authorities also focus on a platform online that's popular with gamers. Here's ABC's Lionel Moyes.
This morning, 1 week after the killing of Charlie Kirk, authorities say they're investigating more than 20 people with alleged ties to suspect Tyler Robinson on the online messaging platform Discord. Officials trying to pinpoint if anyone knew ahead of time about the plan to attack Kirk. Tyler Robinson is now charged with 7 counts, including aggravated murder, after appearing before a judge.
State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Prosecutors outlining the case against him.
DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger.
Also revealing messages between Robinson and his roommate, with whom officials say he was romantically involved.
The roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
Prosecutors saying Robinson texted, "I had enough of his hatred." Authorities revealing it was Robinson's mother who recognized him in the images released after the shooting before she and his father convinced him to surrender. The case now sparking bipartisan calls to turn down the temperature of today's political debate. Former President Obama last night calling this an inflection point, saying the central premise of our democratic system is that we have to be able to disagree and have sometimes really contentious debates without resorting to violence. Attorney General Pam Bondi saying this about hate speech in America.
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything, and that's across the aisle.
Those comments triggering backlash over First Amendment concerns. Bondi then issuing a statement saying, "My intention was to speak about threats of violence that individuals incite against others. Freedom of speech is sacred in our country, and we will never impede upon that right." A former Homeland Security official is raising concern about the administration's ability to confront domestic terrorism. The official from Trump's first term saying resources have been diverted instead to immigration and drug enforcement. As for the case against Tyler Robinson, prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Well, here's a live look at the start of the morning in Kendall Yards today.
Yeah, it will be the end of the evening tonight will be the last Kendall Yards night market of the season.
Yeah.
Such a bummer. You know, it really kind of buttons up the summer, though.
Yeah.
It's such a beloved event that happens.
And there's been some
weekly.
tough weather that's canceled the night market a couple of times this
That's
summer.
true, yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes we haven't been lucky, but should be lucky this evening. Should be
Good.
a really nice night market. Gonna feel like summer out there, and should have some very comfortable evening temperatures. So let's go to the board, show you what's going on outside right now. 61 in Spokane, 57 in Coeur d'Alene as we look at the construction on Veterans Memorial Bridge out by the lake. We saw a lot of fog here yesterday. Pretty quiet this morning. A little bit warmer, a little bit drier atmosphere here now that we're a couple of days past some of that rain. Still watching a couple areas that could see a little bit of fog. However, seeing some of this kind of blue color, which signifies that there may be some fog out there along the Coeur d'Alene River and along the Pend Oreille River as well. So seeing a little bit of that blue on the satellite picture around Uskin-Cusick here this morning on the Pend Oreille side. Pend Oreille County side of the state line here. Your forecast for today will be in the 50s very briefly this morning and then up into the 70s as we head towards 10 or 11 o'clock, depending on your location. And really, we're going to notice the warmth in the afternoon. So instead of just touching the 80s briefly during the mid to late afternoon, instead we're going to be in the 80s for the entirety of the afternoon, with temperatures getting up into the middle and, yes, even a few spots in the upper 80s for this afternoon. Where we'll see some upper 80s across the central part of Washington state. We'll even see a few spots get close to 87, 88 in the valley between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene along I-90. We'll see 83 in Sandpoint. Bonders Ferry hits 85. Colville hits 86. Will be in the low 90s in the LC Valley. And once again, a lot of those upper 80s in places like Ritzville, Grand Coulee, and Omak. Then for tonight, more mild conditions. We should be our average lows kind of getting closer and closer to the 40s here now as we head into late September. We instead will be quite mild in the upper 50s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures aren't going to change that much. They'll be technically, slightly cooler. Within about a couple of degrees, though, you're not going to feel much of a difference. For Thursday, for Friday, then things start to dip a little bit more heading into Saturday, and we do have a bit of a pattern change for this weekend. We'll feel it a little bit heading into Friday as a very weak cold front comes through. It'll keep our temperatures from warming more than they are already. Then on Saturday night, we see some rain on the west side. Cold front comes through. We'll have a chance in North Idaho for a few showers as we go through the day on Sunday. Now, I think most of those will end up in the mountains. And as you head further west into eastern Washington, we may see little to almost nothing when it comes to wet weather. But it will be a little gusty and it will be noticeably cooler for the first day of fall, which is coming up on Monday. So got to keep an eye on the radar for the second half of the weekend, but don't think it's going to be as wet as what we saw, for example, last Sunday.
Oh, good.
But we need it, though.
I know.
It's one of those, tough things.
Why does it have to be on the weekend? Why can't we have some weekday rain?
Give me like a Tuesday rain.
It would be nice.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Thanks.
It's now 6:22 on the nose.
When it comes to the grueling 162-game MLB season, getting hot at the right time can make all the difference. And right now, there's no team hotter than the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, and there's no player hotter than the big dumper himself. Cal Raleigh hit 2 homers last night against the Kansas City Royals, and you guessed it, broke yet another record. Whose record did he break? That's next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For more than 20 years, Blackhawk has electrified country fans. Experience them live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, October 16th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
The RV Expo sale is back. Score huge savings on RVs and boats at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. If you're looking for deep discounts, we've got them. 0 down and 0 payments for 6 months on approved credit. Immediate financing is available. Shop over 1,000 RVs and boats. Every RV and boat is clearance price. Free admission, free parking. Learn more at RVExpoSale.com. Brought to you by the Northwest RV Dealers Association.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
This month's Extreme Team, Miriam's House, part of Transitional Living Center. We're going to help more women get help as they transition to a better living. Plus, we're going to give them a little more room to have it more like home. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
When's the best time to get a new Camry or Corolla at Findlay Downtown Toyota?
right now at the end of summer, when Toyota offers great deals on all remaining 2025 models and incredible lease options this week at Finley.
I was 34. I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:25. Well, the Mariners took their show on the road to Kansas City in search of their 10th straight win.
Yeah, and another opportunity for Cal Raleigh to continue his assault on the record books. The M's up by 2 when Dominic Canzone gets into the action in the second. Canzone cranks one into the bullpen and right, and he was just getting started. But the big dumper is still the big story. In the third, a 419-foot homer to right is Raleigh's 55th of the season. That moves him past Mickey Mantle for the most home runs ever by a switch hitter. It's 4-0 Mariners. Now 7-0 in the fourth. Raleigh batting it righty this time, and he crushes number 56 on the year, tying him with Ken Griffey Jr. for the most home runs in franchise history. But Canzone was trying to steal some of Cal's thunder. He hits 2 more home runs, becoming just the 12th Mariner to go deep 3 times in a single game. 12-5 is the final as Seattle wins its 10th straight ball game. But as Houston also won, the M's still have just a half-game lead in the AL West.
And Cal still got quite a few games to break Ken Griffey Jr.'s record, so odds are he'll probably do it.
Wow, what an exciting season. It's now 6:26.
Spokane's construction strike is over, but winter weather threatens to push one project into 2026. But crews need to get it done. That's next.
Plus, President Trump makes history in the UK today, becoming the first U.S. president to make a second state visit. But massive protests and heightened security overshadow the royal pageantry. Hannah Joy is tracking the details. And as we go to break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7 o'clock.
In this morning's GMA First Look, surviving a shark attack.
Did you realize the severity of what you were going through?
On June 7th, 2024, Lulu Gribben's life changed forever. The Alabama teen was on a mom and daughter's beach trip in Florida with her twin sister Ellie and some friends when Lulu was attacked by what witnesses described as a bull shark in waist-deep waters. And this morning, she's telling her story to Michael Strahan.
I started swimming as fast as I could, and then like in the movies, they're like, oh, you can't be like frantic or else they're going to come after you. So I just stopped swimming. And then next thing I know is that I raised my hand out of the water and there just was no hand there.
Do you remember what that felt like?
I was in shock.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of this harrowing shark attack survival story. With your GMA First Look, I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Living with your albuterol asthma rescue inhaler? It's a bit of a dinosaur because albuterol only treats symptoms, not inflammation. Asthma experts support rescue that treats both symptoms and inflammation. It's time to replace your rescue with Air Supra. Air Supra is the first and only dual-action asthma rescue inhaler FDA approved to treat symptoms and help prevent asthma attacks. Welcome to the modern age of dual-action asthma rescue. Air Supra should not be used as a maintenance treatment for asthma. Get medical help right away if your breathing doesn't improve or worsens, or for serious allergic reactions like rash, mouth or tongue swelling, trouble breathing or swallowing, or chest pain. Using Air Supra more than prescribed could be life-threatening. Serious side effects include increased risk of thrush or infections, or heart problems like faster heart rate and higher blood pressure. Can't afford your medication? AstraZeneca may be able to help. Ask your doctor about Air Supra, a dual-action rescue inhaler for asthma.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Windshield trouble? Call All Star Auto Glass. We come to you.
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin D punches back harder. Get fast, powerful relief of your worst symptoms, like nasal congestion. Claritin clears.
At Gold Seal Plumbing, we do one thing, and we do it well. We're plumbers. In fact, we're the largest plumbing company in the region, and we're proud to say we've been voted the best plumbing company since 2009. We give you upfront pricing so you know exactly what you'll pay before we start. And we do everything from drain cleaning to trenchless sewer repair. So if you want plumbing done right the first time, call a plumber. And call the best. Call Gold Seal Plumbing. We're on our way.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
So Scott, obviously the shed builders have been busy.
Yes, they have. We have sheds for days. Whether it be 8 foot wide and 4 feet deep to 10 foot wide and 20 feet deep, we have the shed size to take care of you.
Ziggy's!
Yeah, Ziggy's.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We kick off this half hour with the 4 News Now Story Tracker.
The man who's known as the Tinder swindler faces new fraud charges. Simon Hayut has been arrested in Georgia, accused of stealing more than $50,000 from a woman overseas. The convicted con artist is the subject of the 2022 Netflix documentary called The Tinder Swindler. He allegedly used the dating app to pose as a billionaire's son, luring women into relationships with private jets and bodyguards before asking for financial support. Victims say he stole around $10 million total.
And today's news from the Fed could have a direct effect on the things you buy and the cost to borrow money. The Fed's expected to cut interest rates by 0.25% today. It would be the first rate cut since December. The Fed vote comes as FICO reports the biggest credit score drop since the Great Recession. The Fed also influences the yield on savings accounts and retirement funds in the stock market. Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It's Wednesday, September 17th.
And we have got a great looking day here on this Wednesday set up for us. We're in the low 60s and upper 50s in the Spokane areas. We're waiting for the sun to rise, or the sun rising here right now. Temperatures nice. Air quality a little down from previous days. We're sitting at moderate in Spokane, at least for the moment. And you'll notice a little bit of haze for the rest of the week, with our temperatures feeling like summer each afternoon. And that kind of helps our local fires wake up a little bit and produce at least a little bit more of that light smoke and haze. We'll have a very quick warm up here for this morning, for the 60s to the 70s to the 80s, with what feels like a blink of an eye. So by lunchtime and later, we're sitting in the 80s. Shorts and flip-flops weather, and it feels beautiful outside with those middle and upper 80s for this afternoon. I say upper 80s because we will start to feel a little toasty for downtown Spokane into the valley. Meade, 9 Mile in that range as well. We'll be up into that kind of 85, 86 degree range around the Rafter Prairie, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Hayden. A little bit cooler as you head further north towards Spirit Lake. So that's what we've got for today. We'll talk more about how long this summer-like warmth will be sticking around coming up.
We are following breaking news this morning. President Trump has arrived in the United Kingdom for his historic second state visit, and it's actually a first for any sitting U.S. president. This morning, he and First Lady Melania Trump will spend 2 days in the U.K., taking part in meetings and official events. The president is also set to meet with the royal family as well as Prime Minister Keir Starmer to talk trade, sign a major technology deal, and discuss ongoing support for Ukraine. And security there is tighter than ever. Authorities have been reviewing travel routes and potential threats to keep everyone safe during the visit.
So a review of the routes being taken, the premises, the residents they're staying at, looking at any buildings that overlook those areas, line of sight, etc. So any possible threat to the principals, the president, his wife, the king, the queen, the prince, princess of Wales, everybody.
Outside Windsor Castle, large crowds of protesters have gathered, chanting and holding signs to show their opposition to the president's visit. Over the next 2 days, officials say security will stay tight while protests continue. Reporting in the studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. Well, yesterday we had the opportunity to interview acting Spokane County Prosecutor Preston McCollum. He inherited several ongoing issues when Larry Haskell resigned the position back in July. McCollum has been at the prosecutor's office now for 10 years. The Board of Commissioners unanimously voted for him to fill this role. McCollum says one of the challenges he aims to address is improving efficiency. That's in part because of the aging facilities in Spokane County, including the courthouse and the jail. Back when the courthouse was built, McCollum says the prosecuting attorney could appoint 2 deputy prosecutors at most. Right now, they're cleared to appoint 72 deputy prosecutors.
When you look at a lot of the other counties that have modern facilities, their processes are much more efficient because their system was set up in a way to be more efficient. So I love our courthouse. It's a great building, but it was also built in the early 1900s.
McCollum says he agreed to our interview because he says he values transparency and accountability.
Although a month-long construction strike has come to an end, delays on projects across Spokane may continue. The city says because of the strike, the grind and overlay project on Maple Street may not be completed until next year. That's because consistent days with warmer temperatures are needed to lay the asphalt. And as the season comes to a close, the city may decide to complete part of the project or postpone the whole thing until 2026. Businesses and drivers in the area say they are ready for this construction project to be done.
It's really hurt this business, in the thousands every week. So I've been very lucky to be able to stay and keep working because I worry about that.
Right now, the city, the Washington Department of Transportation, and the Idaho Transportation Department say they are discussing which projects will resume and when. We are just a few days away from the 117th meeting between the Cougs and the Huskies in the Apple Cup.
And following last year's 24-19 win at Lumen Field in Seattle, WSU is looking to win back-to-back Apple Cups for the first time since the 2007 and 2008 seasons. And while the Cougs stopped Jonah Coleman and the Huskies on a big 4th down play to steal the deal last year, head coach Jimmy Rogers knows it will not be easy to stop UW's talented offense again.
You could see it in just their first couple games, the physicality, how they run off the ball, their ability to strike and redirect on a moving target. They're good. And so we need to get ready to match their level of intensity, and we got to be able to communicate and play as fast as possible.
The Huskies are nearly 3-touchdown favorites despite the game being at Giesa Fields. Kickoff is this Saturday at 4:30.
If you are going to Pullman for the Apple Cup, WSU has plenty of events going on throughout the weekend for the game. There is First Down Friday and a street fair in downtown Pullman. Also Friday, the Apple Cup Harvest Market. Cougville will be open Saturday at Rogers Field next to Martin Stadium. It'll have a beer garden and activities for the kids. For a full list of events, look for this story. It's on KXLY.com.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:37.
Send it on over to meteorologist Matt Gray again, taking a look at that sunrise. It's been up for 7 minutes. 7 whole minutes.
7 beautiful minutes here. We're seeing the sunrise in Steptoe Butte through a little bit of a smoke layer over some of those mountains deep in the heart of North Idaho. Surprise, surprise. And with more summer-like temperatures, or that haze is going to be an issue, or at least noticeable as we head through the day today. Take a closer look coming up in your forecast.
And still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, Washington's dry summer is creating perfect conditions for deadly wildlife diseases. Chronic wasting disease and blue tongue kill more deer as officials scramble to track the spread. What you need to know ahead of hunting season. That's next.
Plan your day with Matt Gray, only on Good Morning Northwest.
The redesigned Tiguan is here, and it's turning heads. Luxury meets functionality with new styling that includes elevated interior design and smarter tech. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen, home of 0000.
Bill's Heating and AC has not 1, not 2, but 3 warehouses overstocked with top quality air conditioners. To clear out inventory before the end of the year, we're doing something we've never done before. Advertising our guaranteed lowest pricing for all to see. Right now, you can get a full heating and cooling system installed for only $6,500 to $8,500, depending on capacity. Call now before this amazing deal goes away. Call 208-777-5528.
Your local flooring experts at Carpet Barn are honored to sponsor Heroes Day at the fair. As a show of our gratitude, we're offering an exclusive discount to the heroes in our community during the Heroes Sale. All month long, first responders, active military, and veterans will receive an extra 10% off on carpet, LVP, laminate, and vinyl. We're proud to serve those who serve our community. Get fair prices, fast delivery, and quality products worthy of our heroes. Find a location near you at carpetbarnspokane.com.
Discover fall Coeur d'Alene getaways starting at just $249.
Looking for space, style, and serious performance? You'll find it all in a Volkswagen Atlas. 3 rows equals room for everyone. And turbocharged power means this SUV is built for fun. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen.
I'm Robin Nance. 2 years ago, I introduced you to a Spokane Valley family fighting for their sons' lives. I want to see them grow up. They are still fighting, but no one saw what came next. Their journey tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:40. The Department of Fish and Wildlife is introducing new rules for hunters to prevent chronic wasting disease from spreading. Fish and Wildlife says it's seeing an uptick in the amount of dead deer being reported this year. It suspects chronic wasting disease might be to blame, which is an incurable neurological disease. Fish and Wildlife is requiring hunters to send samples of lymph nodes from deer and elk that they've killed to see if the meat is safe to eat.
Getting your animals tested, that really helps our agency determine where this disease occurs on the landscape and what we can realistically do to try to combat this disease.
The dry summer could also lead to more animals contracting blue tongue. It spreads through tiny flies and often kills animals like deer faster than chronic wasting disease alone.
It's time to plan your day. We've got a really nice start to our Wednesday. Should be a really nice morning. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s. By the time we get to the afternoon, though, we're in the 80s. We could even see more than a few spots get into the upper 80s this afternoon. So it's going to feel like summer. Might be time to shut the windows and turn on the fans and the air conditioners again. And then for tonight, mild temperatures. Going to be a little hazy as well after an active fire day.
The Idaho Food Bank will host a free food distribution at the Lake Tahoe County Fairgrounds in Moscow on Monday. It'll begin at 10 in the morning, stay open until volunteers hand out all of the food boxes. The distribution will provide fresh produce, frozen meats, dairy products, and dry goods to families, regardless of their circumstances. The Idaho Food Bank requires minimal documentation or eligibility requirements for assistance. It is now 6:42.
Holiday travel is going to cost less this year, but you need to know that you need to book now for those best deals. Experts reveal the sweet spot for booking flights and the trick to save hundreds on your next trip. We'll tell you when we come back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Have you seen the Nissan lineup lately? If not, it's time to take a look at Coeur d'Alene Nissan. From the sporty Sentra to the versatile Rogue and the rugged Frontier, Coeur d'Alene Nissan has got something for every need and budget.
0% APR for 60 months on Rogue, Pathfinder, and Murano. Nissan ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mass market brands by J.D. Power.
Take a closer look at Nissan's top-of-the-line technology and impressive styling. Nice cars, nice people, Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The RV Expo sale is back at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center, September 18th through the 21st. This is the end of the season clearance, and everything must sell. Over 1,000 new and used RVs, toy haulers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, and boats, all at huge discounts. Pay 0 down and 0 payments for 6 months on approved credit. Plus, meet the manufacturers on-site offering even bigger savings. Immediate on-site finance, instant approval, and every RV priced to move. Learn more at RVExpoSale.com. Presented by the Northwest RV Dealers Association.
Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, where jackpots, food, and fun come together at the region's only non-smoking casino and hotel. We're the place for a day trip, weekend getaway, or your next holiday party or group event. Enjoy the casino action playing your favorite gaming machine, or try your skills at the live table games. Stay and play at Missisquoi Casino Hotel, located just north of Spokane on Highway 395 near Chewelah.
Touchdown on savings at George Key Kia Spokane. We're clearing out all new 2025 Kias at huge discounts to make room for the new 2026 Kias on the way. Shop over 350 new Kias and score big. Locally owned, family operated, always exceeding your expectations with unbeatable deals and exceptional customer service. Don't miss this chance to save. Visit George Key Kia Spokane off I-90 and Liberty Lake, or shop anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Falco Spokane, your fireplace specialists.
It is 6:45. As summer comes to an end, it's time to start looking ahead to holiday travel.
Despite the impact of inflation on the economy, you can still find a great travel deal if you know where to look. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
With summer trips in the rearview mirror, the holiday travel season will be here before we know it. Experts say now is the time to start planning your fall and winter getaways. Most importantly, booking your flights.
For domestic flights 1 to 3 months out is sort of that sweet spot to find the best deals. For international flights, it's a little different. The sweet spot to find the best deal on international flights is 2 to 8 months out.
The good news for travelers, airfare, hotel rooms, and rental cars are cheaper this year than they were last year.
We are seeing fewer international travelers come into the U.S. So if you're a domestic traveler and you're staying within the U.S., you aren't competing with those international travelers for space to book.
To save money, try mixing and matching different airlines.
Especially when you're traveling domestically, it is very rare that a round trip will be cheaper than just doing 2 one-ways. So what NerdWallet recommends is for that domestic travel, book a flight one way, get the best deal, get the best time for you, and then going back home, you do another fresh search, another one-way flight, and you'll typically find you have more options that way because you're not hooked into that same airline.
Take advantage of the 24-hour rule so you don't miss out on a great deal.
There is a rule in the U.S. when you see an airfare, even if it's an airfare that is non-refundable, you can't cancel it, you can actually cancel it within 24 hours of booking. If you see an excellent airfare, just book it, and then you have 24 hours to assess with your family, assess the rest of your budget if you're actually going to do that trip.
And make the most of your credit card reward points.
What NerdWallet is seeing, especially this year, is all sorts of devaluations happening. Points and miles do not get more valuable. By and large, as the years go by, they get less valuable. So if you are sitting on a stash of points and miles, that's a really, really good time to actually use them is the end of the year.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
We were talking about, holiday travel. Christmas is 99 days away.
Oh,
I know. Sorry.
But hey, one last glimpse of summer tonight. If you're out and about in Kendall Yards, it's the last time to check out the night market. Those summer markets winding down from 5 to 8 tonight. And Matt, you said it's going to be a pretty nice night to be out there.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty nice night to be out there. It should be a pretty nice day overall. Just as you probably noticed, just that little bit of haze that you noticed, the diffuse sunrise. And we'll see that with the sunset as well here this evening. Gonna feel like summer.
Yeah, so, hey, it's gonna get toasty.
Yeah, and you know what? You never know when that last toasty day is gonna be. So enjoy this stretch of weather while it's here. After all, we are going to be officially in fall next week.
Cool.
Now, we are seeing a little bit of fog in a few areas this morning, but not nearly at the level that we saw yesterday. But I did manage to find at least a little bit of fog. This is in Kamiah, deep in the heart of central Idaho in the Panhandle here this morning, where still a little bit of fog developing in some of those canyon lands. As for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, not worried about fog this morning. It's a lot clearer when we look over Veterans Memorial Bridge as you drive down towards the Beauty Bay area. Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, both in the 60s and upper 50s, and still seeing a few spots on the cool side. Colville down to the 40s, but almost everybody is significantly warmer than we were over the last couple of mornings, particularly around the Palouse, where you just saw we were at 62. We'll be at 84 in Pullman for today, 85 in Spokane, 86 in Coeur d'Alene, upper 80s across central Washington, mid 80s in the northern panhandle. And with these warmer temperatures, we will see more activity from local wildfires. In fact, you can see on these red spots here already some of these fires, especially in the Cascades, burning a little hot still this morning. Even in the cooler weather, those Cascades fires were still pumping out the smoke. The thing is, that smoke was moving away from us. Well, that is going to change over the course of the day today. We'll start first in the Methow Valley, where it'll get noticeably hazier heading into the evening. And then things begin to turn and push some of the smoke, especially from this lower Sugarloaf fire, over the Waterville Plateau. So from Banks Lake and Grand Coulee all the way down to Moses Lake, we got to be on the lookout here for some diminished air quality as we are waking up tomorrow morning. Everywhere else is going to be in kind of that generally hazy weather here, but we're going to have to keep an eye out on things in central Washington. Getting warm enough anyway, where if you had the windows open for the cool weather the last couple of days, I think you can go ahead and close those and put the AC back on for the next couple of days. Weather's looking good and a little cooler for the Apple Cup. Gusty winds, a slight chance of rain before the first day of fall comes up on Monday. We'll be right back with your morning sprint.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Leave everything to me.
This week, Walker's Furniture is making it easier than ever to get that new furniture you've been wanting with big store-wide discounts, where the more you spend, the more rewards you get. Choose from free delivery, an extra 5% off, a free Walker's gift card, or 36 months zero-interest financing. It's the perfect time to get that new sofa or sectional or a new mattress to improve your sleep with big store-wide rewards
this week at Walker's.
Reclaim your garage this summer. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage has units to fit your personal property, boats, RVs, and more. Open 7 days a week, extra wide drive aisles, state-of-the-art security, and great customer service. Eagle Rock RV and Boat Storage is the perfect fit for your storage needs.
Medicare options for Freddie.
No, not Freddie. Eddie.
Are you still there? Freddie. Okay, aging needs.
Agent? Please.
Attention high school sports fans. Your school could be featured on 4 News Now Game of the Week. Go to KXLY.com, vote for your favorite game, and your team could be the featured game on Friday Night Sports Extra. 4 News Now Game of the Week. Brought to you by BECU.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and I literally crawled to the bathroom. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain. I want people to know my testimony. I want them to know what arch support's can do from Good Feet.
See for yourself with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
It's RAV4 season at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means some of the biggest savings of the year with great financing.
Plus, take advantage of low monthly lease payments available now. This week at Findlay.
Leave everything to me.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Your time is 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
You can expect a mostly sunny day today with just a few clouds here and there. We got meteorologist Matt Gray with a look at our forecast.
The strike is over, but Spokane's Maple Street paving could stretch into next year. Find out what's causing those delays.
First, we're following breaking news. The Israeli military is in Gaza City and they're moving with force. We got Hannah Joy live in studio with details.
Yeah, Natalie, more military troops are on the way. Here in this video, you can see some folks evacuating, though Israel's military says 700,000 people are still in the city. Hamas has reported that at least 59 people were killed and nearly 400 others were hurt in the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, families of Israeli hostages are protesting outside of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's home, calling on him to make a deal so their loved ones can come home. The Israeli military says it could take months to gain full control of Gaza City. For the latest on the ground in Gaza and to hear from families of hostages, tune in to Good Morning America.
And today's news from the Fed could have a direct effect on the things that you buy and the cost to borrow money. The Fed is expected to cut interest rates by 0.25% today. It'd be the first rate cut since December. The Fed vote comes as FICO reports the biggest credit score drop since the Great Recession. The Fed also influences the yield on savings accounts and retirement funds in the stock market.
In your forecast, going to be the warmest weather we've had in about a week, and so we're going to see a pretty quick warm up for the late morning and the early afternoon. Temperatures from the 60s to the 70s very quickly this morning, and then we'll hit the 80s right after lunchtime, and we're going to stay there through the entirety of the afternoon. Very light winds, lots of sunshine, and a little bit of haze for the end of the day. Temperatures will be in the middle and upper 80s for our highs.
Although a month-long construction strike has come to an end, delays on projects across Spokane may continue. The city says because of the strike, the grind and overlay project on Maple Street may not be completed until next year. That's because consistent days with warmer temperatures are needed to lay the asphalt. And as the season comes to a close, the city may decide to complete part of the project or postpone the whole thing until next year.
Spokane Parks and Spokane Public Schools teamed up last night for the first of 4 town halls on an initiative that would dictate the future of the city. Voters will soon get to decide on the future of Together Spokane, an initiative consisting of 2 separate but aligned ballot measures from the Spokane Parks Department and Spokane Public Schools. The initiative would generate $440 million, funding more than 200 projects across the city. But in order for that to happen, voters would need to approve a tax increase. Again, this was the first of 4 town halls that will be held over the next month. The next one is for the central region of Spokane. That's on September 23rd at the North Central High School. The Northwest region will be on the 30th, and then the South region is happening on October 7th. For a full list of times, you can find this story on KXLY.com.
Spokane County Fire District 9 wants to launch its own ambulance service to take patients to the hospital for free next summer. The district currently relies on American Medical Response for hospital transportation, which they say sometimes causes delays in care. The new service will bill insurance, Medicare, and Medicaid, but residents won't pay any out-of-pocket costs. If the state approves the Advanced Life Support Transport License application, the new service will provide continuous care from the emergency scene to the hospital.
The Department of Fish and Wildlife is introducing new rules for hunters to prevent chronic wasting disease from spreading. Fish and Wildlife says it's seeing an uptick in the amount of dead deer being reported this year. It suspects chronic wasting disease may be to blame, which is an incurable neurological disease. Fish and Wildlife is requiring hunters to send in samples of lymph nodes from deer or elk that they've killed to see if that meat is safe to eat. The dry summer could also lead more animals to contracting blue tongue. And when we first met the Tucker family from Spokane Valley 2 years ago, their 2 little boys were facing a rare and incurable disease called Batten disease. It causes things like seizures, loss of motor skills, and childhood dementia. Since that time, the families traveled every other week to Seattle for treatments that they hope will slow the disease. Recently, the community came together to help them by gifting them a much-needed van. You'll hear their full story of courage, community support, and a new fight for their children's future tomorrow, right here on Good Morning Northwest. Well, today you have the opportunity to witness state government in action as the Idaho State Supreme Court convenes in Coeur d'Alene. The traveling court will hear 5 cases over the next 2 days at the newly expanded Kootenai County Justice Building. Anyone can watch the oral arguments, which begin each day at 8:50 a.m. For information on attending the court and the cases that are being heard, you can visit isc.idaho.gov.
We will be back with a final check of weather coming up. And as we go to this quick commercial break, a live look at our beautiful Wednesday morning. We'll be right back.
The 2025 Ford Bronco is everywhere, and for good reason. It's built for anything, loaded with capability, and will go anywhere you take it. Snow, mud, dirt, whatever the road throws at you. This goat gives you seven different terrain modes to handle it all. And the Bronco just won an award for Best in Class for initial quality. When buying your next SUV, think Wendell Ford. We would be honored to show you the new Bronco. Wendell Ford, drive for generations.
You make me feel so miserable.
Flonase relieves your worst allergy symptoms so you can start feeling better the same day and save your relationship with nature. Flonase.
4 News Now and STCU recognize volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Pamela DeGarmo. For more than 6 years, Pamela has volunteered at Project ID.
Pamela is the heart of Project ID, volunteering over 20 hours a week to support and uplift individuals with disabilities.
It fills my life. I mean, yeah, you can work and you can do chores. This is kind of something that just makes the day better.
Thanks to STCU for helping to make sure volunteers count.
Sun coming up here on what is going to be a nice September day across the inland Northwest and here in Spokane. We're taking a look out this morning. For today, temperatures about the warmest we've had in about a week or so. In the middle and upper 80s. We'll stay in the 80s and stay summer-like here through Friday. Start to cool off heading into the weekend. And you know what? That's pretty appropriate because Monday is our first day of fall equinox. We'll have a slight chance of a shower on Sunday, but things are looking good for the Apple Cup on Saturday.
That's news we love to hear.
Definitely.
Thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
See you throughout the morning on Good Morning America, which starts next.